You know what? The Indian people in Durban have been crying out to fry us for so long. Say, we want a cost-effective, like a chicken-style chunk to put in our biryanis and into our curries where we normally use, chicken pieces. But when we're on veg, we need something really, really tasty. So we know how to develop the chunk. But you know what? We were so pleased to meet you because you came and you took that chunk to another level. It's so special now, but I don't know how to prepare it really. Have you got any good ideas for us how we can prepare that chunk?
Today what I've decided to do is to make that famous butter chicken of mine, because I've had so many people ask me for a vegetarian version of that and I didn't have the products to do it. So basically we're gonna fry out the chunk just to get some crispiness in it so that we can enhance the flavor and get some texture. So what I'm gonna do right now is put in about 50 ml of oil in a non-stick frying pan again. Okay, so we're gonna saute out the chicken flavored chunks. This is good to eat as it is. So the reason for me to fry this product out is to cook out the spices. Okay, so we're gonna pull that off, put that aside. Okay, now we're gonna make this rich tomato base. Bit of oil.
I'm guessing you need the onions.
Yeah, before we put in the onions, Wally, I'm just going to put in some of the whole spice, which is in this case
This one here?
cumin.
Oh, right. Okay.
Cumin's organic spice. Obviously, it needs to cook out. And as you see, it's cooking out there. It's releasing some of its oils into the existing oil mixture. Some onion, please, Wally. About 1 onion, finely chopped. Okay.
So you want that
translucent glossiness.
Glossy.
The most important ingredient in cooking is obviously patience.
Yes.
You can't really rush a good dish. So we're going to add in the spices right now, and I'm taking the onion mixture off the heat. I don't want it to burn. About a 1/4 teaspoon of ground garlic, ground ginger, 1/4 teaspoon. We've got ground cumin and coriander, about 1/2 teaspoon. This is
your special.
the special masala
This is a
spice.
Dina recipe.
Very much. It's just like the Colonel himself. Everyone needs a
just like
secret
the Colonel.
recipe. 1/2 teaspoon of regular masala, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Maybe a little bit more of the
Little bit
special
more of
spice.
the Dina spice.
Absolutely. Can't get enough of Dina.
Yes.
Absolutely. Can't get too much, rather. Okay, back to the heat it goes, and I'm going to saute it. Get that
smell just
lovely
comes.
smell. About 1/2 a chopped chili. In it goes.
That's not a lot when you think of it.
No, not really. The butter chicken is not really a pungent dish. It's a very well balanced and well
It's a
flavored.
subtle flavor.
The thing about butter chicken, there's no butter. It's a texture that makes
Yes.
it the butter. So a bit of tomato there, please. About 1 chopped tomato. Medium-sized tomato, that is. So that's sauteed very well. I'm happy with the spices. They've cooked out very well. I'm now adding cashew nut and almond paste.
So it's cashews and almonds.
Absolutely, which we've soaked in hot water and then ground to a fine paste. Okay, we mix that in. I'm using fresh coriander. So what I'm going to do right now, well, is put in about 1/4 cup of cream. I said there's no butter, but I didn't say there's no cream in there. I want that to simmer for about 45 seconds to a minute. Okay, what I'm going to do right now is to get this entire mixture into a blender. I wanted it smooth, absolutely. So no matter how much we cook it, it's not going to reach that saucy consistency. So I have to bring in a mechanical process and get this either liquidized or blended.
I'm surprised that you put a hot stuff
Absolutely.
off the pan into the blender.
Absolutely.
Is that all right? Is there something?
That
all right?
that is perfectly fine, Wally, as long as you don't have a fixed lid on it, because the amount of pressure that builds up can pop this entire lid and it behaves like a pressure cooker.
Yes.
So you notice what I did was I've removed the lid and I'm put over the opening a dishcloth. And
Yes.
you notice that as I was pulsing rather than going
You were
straight
allowing
on,
the
I was
air.
allowing the air to
Yes.
escape. Right, perfect. Now that we've blended it right now, we return it to the heat.
Okay.
Okay, so it's back into the to the saucepan, bit more fresh cream. So I think we've used about 200 mils here for the.
But how many people are we feeding with this? Maybe 3?
You can never make enough butter chicken, eh?
Oh, really?
Okay, so we're stirring it away. At this point, I want to add in some fresh coriander. Fresh coriander. Together with the chunks that we did earlier.
Yes.
This is when we reintroduce it rather, back to the sauce.
And how awesome do those fries chunks look there?
They look at the contrasting color. We just need to simmer it a bit so that the sauce is absorbed to a slight extent into the chunks. While we cover and we allow it to simmer for nothing more than 2 to 3 minutes. In fact, I'm going to turn it straight off the heat, and that's our butter chicken done. All that's left is for us to plate up.
Is eat it.
Yeah, plate up first.
I can't wait.